Alright guys, so we're over here at Parson Branch Road in, I guess it's Townsend, technically. I don't know, somewhere in there. It's in the Great Smoky Mountain National Park. So I wanted to test my new shocks off-road. You know, off-road, it's a primitive road. It's not really challenging. I've done it before. I've done it in this Jeep before. It was a while ago. Same tires as I'm running now. It was before the 488 gears. But for those of you who may not know about the road, it's just an old, unimproved, primitive road, mostly gravel. It does have some water crossings. They're mostly shallow, just a few inches. It is a one-way road. It's several miles long. It's like 8 miles long. It goes, I think it finally ends up in, it spits you out. It takes you from Cades Cove Loop in the Great Smoky Mountain National Park, and it spits you out on the tail of the Dragon. But I just wanted to come over here and see how the suspension worked with the new shocks, see how it soaked up bumps before. With those shocks, with the Rancho shocks, they were really too short for the lift I was running, so they're always under compression. So it resulted in a really harsh ride. These Falcon shocks are a lot better quality shock, and they're also longer. So far, I've been really happy with them, but I've been just daily driving around town. I haven't had the chance to take it on any sort of off-road situation, so I'm here. So it's a pretty easy trail. I did it in two-wheel drive before, and that was, before several mods. That was several mods ago, I should say. So I've heard it can get washed out at times, can get a little rough, and you may need four-wheel drive, but for the most part, it's nothing that a Subaru can't do. So anyway, you can tell I'm bouncing around. I'm crawling along at 8 miles an hour. It is a one-way trail, just FYI. But I just want to see how the suspension is working, and right now it's working good. It's soaking up the bumps. It's much less harsh. I mean, this is a Jeep. It's always going to ride like a Jeep. There's nothing I can do about that. But it's very, these shocks have dramatically improved my ride quality. So if there's any obstacles that come up, I'll give you guys, I'll try and film it. So anyway, maybe the next time I'll see you will be on the tail of the Dragon. All right, guys, what do you think? Think I'll be able to make this water crossing? It looks pretty deep. Oops, I was in neutral. Whew. Didn't think I'd be able to make that. When I say that it's a easy trail, then I really mean it's an easy trail. So I just wanted to come out here and see how the performance, or how the shocks perform. So far they're doing really well. Of course the ride is kind of herky-jerky, but again, that's just Jeep life. But overall, it's I am impressed with how much less harsh it's made the ride quality. So anyway, I'll keep you posted. Alright, so here's yet another water crossing. I've passed like 4 or 5 more. They're all pretty much the same, a couple inches if that. They're with a concrete bottom. So for anyone who wants to come this way, as long as your vehicle, there is some rocks, so I wouldn't, I don't know if I'd bring a vehicle down through here in street tires, but mild all-terrain, it'd be all right. So just these water crossings, maybe if we'd had a lot of rain in the last week or so, we've been pretty dry, but maybe they'd be deeper if there had been a lot of rain. But again, right now, this is nothing that honestly, I think my wife's Mazda could do it, and that's a two-wheel drive. So this is pretty much what the entire trail looks like. It's a dirt road, primitive road. The creek crossings are artificial. They have been constructed by Park Service or someone like that. It is not difficult. The only time I've ever been told it was difficult is during the rain. It can get a little bit muddy. So if it's been raining a lot, make sure you bring a vehicle with a functioning four-wheel or all-wheel drive system. Otherwise, pretty much any vehicle could go on this road. Do make sure that you have at least a light all-terrain, just because there are rocks on the trail and you don't want to puncture your tires uh, running into a rock. But other than that, pretty much any vehicle would be able to go as long as it's dry. Also, it is a one way road, no backing up or reversing or turning around. When you're done, it does spit you out at the tail of the dragon, so make sure you're ready for that. This section of the trail is towards the end of the trail. The trail is easy. Any stock four-wheel drive vehicle can do it. It's also very scenic, being in the Great Smoky Mountain National Park. And to get to the trail, you take Cades Cove Loop Road, which is incredibly beautiful and scenic in and of itself. You are getting close to the end of the trail when you go across this bridge. It also spits you out at the end of the tail of the dragon, which has a lot of curves and is a hotspot for enthusiasts that like to drive sports cars and motorcycles. If you are taking it up towards Maryville Parkway, it is also very scenic. All right, guys, so that's that. I finished the trail. I'm gonna try and pull a little bit of footage from my dash cam just to or a trail cam just to show you the water crossings and get some cool footage. But I'm over here at the tail of the dragon, so that's going to be a fun ride home. But yeah, the shocks, I was happy with their performance. So I wasn't aired down. I'm at 27 psi. I don't have making sure there's no one behind me, but I don't have the sway bar disconnected or anything like that. So this is just basically how you'd run it on the street. So I am, hopefully next time I go off-road with it, it'll be something a little bit harder, something I can disconnect and something I can air down for. And then we'll see how they perform there. I hopefully even better. But I'm glad that the money I invested for them is turning out to be a good investment. So anyway, thanks for tuning in.